Hey, what's up guys? Austin back with another video, and today I've got my Orange Theory coach's shirt on because we're gonna be talking Orange Theory and we're gonna be talking about splat points today. And something that I've been finding very frustrating as a coach over the last few years is the obsession with splat points, trying to see how many splat points you can get, and why Orange Theory, sort of as a company, is encouraging as many splat points as possible when it's really not necessary. And I want to start this video by saying you should not be trying to get as many splat points as possible. What do you mean? Well, I'll tell you what I mean. Now, whether you're an Orange Theory member or not, let's talk about what a splat point is. See, in the Orange Theory realm, you gain splat points during your workout, which is essentially minutes that you spend in the higher end heart rate zones, what Orange Theory calls the orange and the red zone. But if you're looking for specific numbers, you get into the orange zone or greater at about 84% of your body's maximum heart rate. And the goal with each Orange Theory workout is to try to get 12 splats or 12 minutes in the combined time of the orange and the red zone. Why 12 minutes? Well, because that's how many minutes you need to achieve what Orange Theory calls the afterburn. And the afterburn is just a fancy way to describe the epoch effect, the excessive post-exercise oxygen consumption, a whole bunch of exercise science hoopla that we're not really gonna get into in this video, but you can think of the afterburn as essentially like a boost to your body's metabolism for the next day and a half or so. You know all those people in your life with the high metabolisms? Well, guess what? You get the high metabolism when you get the afterburn effect. And again, that comes from getting 12 or more minutes in these orange and red heart rate zones, 12 or more splat points. So if we're thinking of splat points as good, we want splat points, we want to get our 12 splat points, intuitively, you might just feel like you want to try to get as many splat points as possible. And this is where the problems really start to arise, because getting more splat points isn't necessarily getting you any more afterburn. It's important to remember that the reason why we wear our heart rate monitors in class is so that you can get yourself the afterburn effect. It's not trying to see how many splat points you can get, it's to make sure that you're getting your 12 splat points. And if you're someone who's constantly seeking to get as many splat points as possible, all of a sudden, high intensity interval training, which is what Orange Theory is all about, no longer becomes the interval training that it's designed to be. Because think about it, if you're trying to get as many splat points as possible, why would you walk it down after finishing an all-out maximum effort? Why not just keep sort of going at a push pace where you can keep breathing and keep your heart rate elevated and keep getting more and more splat points? And because you're so obsessed with getting that high number of splat points, all of a sudden you're not doing the training the way it's designed to be trained. HIIT training, high intensity interval training, is supposed to be designed with this idea of peaks and valleys of your heart rate. Your heart rate should be fluctuating throughout the workout. We shouldn't be trying to sustain this super high elevated heart rate from the start of the workout to the finish. And if you're obsessed with trying to get as many splat points as possible, that's also gonna dictate where you start your workout, because I'll just say it right here. Yeah, you burn more calories, you get more splat points when you start the workout on the treadmill. You do the treadmill half of the workout first, push yourself on there, and then you head to the rowing and weight floor portion of the workout. Your heart rate is still going to be sort of elevated from the first half of work, but in return, that's going to make you weaker with your weight floor exercises, but it's going to keep your heart rate higher, and then so your class summary at the end, you will see that you got a higher calorie burn and more splat points. And because as humans, we're such immediate satisfaction type creatures, we like to see like, oh, I got the most calories today. Like, I'm trying to get as many calories as possible each and every time. Whereas if you think big picture, if you started on the weight floor and rowing side of the workout instead of on the treadmills, maybe you wouldn't burn as many calories as much because your heart rate isn't elevated from the weight floor exercises, but you're stronger for those weight floor exercises. And if you're pushing yourself, if you're pushing your strength through those weight training exercises, that's going to increase the muscle mass on your body, which is naturally going to increase your metabolism more than the sort of in the moment extra bit of extra calories or splat points that you get from just doing the treadmill first all the time. And did you know that the Orange Theory workout was designed to have you start on the rower weight floor and then do the treadmill for the second half of class? Did you know that? And so I believe it's super important to take a long-term perspective of how you approach your fitness journey, understanding that yes, starting on the treadmill is going to give you a higher calorie burn in the moment, but long-term, to really get the extra strength component, the muscle toning and building component of starting your workout on the rower and weight floor, that's gonna be so much more beneficial to you long term. So my advice to you is to just kind of switch it up. Sometimes start on the treadmill, sometimes start on the rower, weight floor. Switch it up. Don't just do your same old thing every single time. Your body's gonna get too used to that. Switch it up. But guys, the obsession with splat points, it has to stop because it is hurting your gains. It is hurting your performance because you're just so focused on keeping your heart rate elevated the whole time. You're not able to really find your true performance, soaking in the rest and recovery to make sure that you can give your all for that next effort. Like the peaks and valleys, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about to make you a better you long term. But you know what? It's not all your fault. It's not, and I'm a little bit frustrated with Orange Theory kind of as a company because, when you get your heart rate summary back to you, or your workout summary, it tells you how many splat points you got. It tells you how many splat points you got each week, each month, each year. If you look in your class at the big class summary for everyone, it shows the total number of splat points across everyone. And those kind of metrics are encouraging you to try to see how many you can get. And you hear coaches talk about, oh, we got the most splat points ever today with this group. Like that's not necessarily what's important. And as tough as it might be to sort of shake your obsession with splat points away from you, I want you to understand that your fitness journey is a long journey. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Even if you're 80, in this day and age, you probably still got 20 more years of workouts to do. And the majority of you aren't 80, I know it, so you got a gazillion, bajillion workouts left. And we have to remember that this is a long-term picture, a long-term journey. And so to keep you going, to keep you motivated, to keep improving is to focus on the improvements, focus on the performance aspect. Treat the workout the way it's designed to be treated. Go through it the way your coach wants you to go through it, so that way you are absolutely pushing yourself when you need to push yourself, you're resting when you need to rest yourself, and you're focusing on sort of making these steady improvements in everything you do. Not improving your splat point count, not improving your calorie burns, but improving your performance. And when you focus on performance, that's gonna keep you going for the rest of your life. So it is time to stop obsessing over your splat points because you only need 12 to 25. Some days are gonna be harder than others, some days are gonna be easier than others. You're always aiming for at least that 12. Oh, and by the way, if you're someone who's just getting 30, 40, 50 splat points every single class and you don't feel like you were dying for 50 minutes straight and you don't deserve 50 splat points, get your heart rate recalibrated. Orange Theory now has the technology to do so. Ask your coach or whoever's working at your front desk, ask them to recalibrate it, and it goes based off of your last 20 workout heart rate summaries and sort of readjusts you to what we're looking for. Because in the end, we're looking for that pyramid shape. Let's get that nice big tall green bar and between 12 and 25 or so splat points. Okay, the rant is over, and I hope it could help you out. I hope it maybe shed a little insight onto this topic. This is something that I'm very, very passionate about. All I want for you is to be able to bring your best each and every time and to see improvements and to see consistency and sustainability in the awesomeness that is Orange Theory. So do your best to stop worrying too much about your splat points. Focus on getting your minimum of 12 and don't focus on trying to get as many as possible. Okay, I'm done. That's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And guys, I'll see you in the next video.